yesterday's progress. It was really warm, which meant I could do an underpainting and the first block in. So I've got all the main areas of colour generally mapped out. This is my medium. It is a combination of Liquin, Zest It and cold pressed linseed oil. I mix my black with a mix of burnt umber and French ultramarine. Just that's my go-to black. This is King's Blue, just for a little cool light. The client has said she would like it to be in a kind of Freud style. This is a warm white. He would have used Kremnitz white apparently, but I don't have any of that, and I really like this warm white. I think it does the trick. Then, because he tended to use very opaque flesh tones, I've got yellow ochre and cadmium red, which are very opaque on the palette. And then in the more transparent range, I've got quinacridone red, alizarin crimson and Indian yellow, so it's beautiful. So this is the sort of style in terms of brush strokes. So now that I've got the kind of main areas measured and mapped, I'm just going to be going over the whole thing. But because I want it to be accurate and get a good likeness to the scene as well as the face, I'm going to be turning my painting periodically. And that just means I can be more objective about the shapes in the photograph. If it's vertical, how you would normally see it, it's quite easy to get sucked into doing what you know to be the case because we're so used to seeing people standing up. So that just allows me to abstract the shapes and observe them more critically. And then in terms of my easel, you may have noticed, it is literally just a workmate with a couple of bits of skirting there, and I prop it up on that. Right, so here's the time lapse and I'll check in at the end. Thanks so much for following along.
Still thinking about how we met. Yeah, I'm with you now. Oh, one thing that it's plain to see, the best thing in this life's for free, and that's so true now.
Right, so after that general stuff on the time lapse, I got very hung up on trying to work out Freud's manner of brush work, and this is what I've arrived at. So somewhat emphasising knuckles and definitely very structural. So I've really just worked on this area here. Then after checking back with the client about the level of Freudness, I was delighted when she said she was happy for me to go a little bit further. So I've introduced some of those green tones that he uses, and yeah, really love the effect. It's not very forgiving. Gone are all the soft, warm tones, and it's really quite gritty, which is just brilliant. I'm loving this one.